So this is when Rose accidentally froze everything, and we are, using the Time Weaver. We're getting to learn about the Time Weaver whole thing again. So we're gonna ask. This is a non-matter choice, so we're gonna ask her what she knows about Time Weaver in general. Melindra, that is. I don't really know a lot of things about Time Weavers in general. Melindra says most of the information I know is from the one Time Weaver I met, and like I said, I don't discuss the details. That is one thing that I'm certain of, however, is the fact that your friend's power will likely fully awaken soon. Will she be able to control them? I say, I don't know. So that will depend on her. Maybe it's about time we change the subject. Darren says, you don't want Rose to get even more worried when she already is. She got some good advice on how to deal with the time freezing spell, so let's leave it at that for now. Agreed, Hardrick says. How are things going in Thelius? There haven't been much going on, blah blah blah. I suppose the biggest news would be the fact that Mr. Venard has announced his retirement. Oh, wasn't he killed last time? Oh, shit. Oh shit, this is a big thing, holy shit. Venard is alive. Wait, I have many questions now. So in this one, Venard lives. Last one, because we didn't deal with the Lasethi, he was eliminated. But then again, now just realized, then in the first book, at the end of it, Rose could die. So if Rose dies, then who is the Time Weaver then? That comes to us in the later chapters of this book. Huh, very interesting. Yes, Roche says his retirement came as a shock to a lot of people. They said that the arena will not be the same without him. The reason he gave for choosing to retire was that the latest arena event was the crowning moment of his career, and since he's now accomplished his goal of organizing the greatest spectacle that Thales has ever seen, he wants to move on and to leave the rest to the next generation. Huh. Adric says, well, I suppose he'd never get the chance to amass so many rare creatures again in his lifetime. So many other events he could organize from now on would only end up boring in comparison to the one we fought in. I can't blame him for wanting to end his career on a high note. Also, the fact that his stocks of creatures got completely depleted after the last event, Darren says, so he probably didn't want to deal with the hassle of procuring new creatures all over again. I'm guessing that there will be long break before Thales will have another arena event. The events involving creatures have been suspended for an indefinite period of time, but the gladiatorial fights will go on as scheduled. I'm not sure how many people will still be attending the events when they'll find out that there are no more creatures, though. Rose, we hear Susie's voice coming on the receiver. Kevin is being mean to me again. I'll be right there, Susie, Rose shouts. She then goes back to dressing. Sorry, I need to leave for now, Rose says. We'll talk again some other time. Thanks for the help. We all say our goodbyes to Rose, and then she closes the transceiver in order to go deal with the siblings. So we're going to get back to our game. And then Hardrick says, I say we finished the round we were playing before we got interrupted, and then call it a day. Darren says, I want to make sure that I get some sleep before some new storms come out of nowhere to wake us up. So this is where we are lookout with Hardrick, and he tells us, do you want a drink? So tell him I'd rather stay sober tonight. So we're gonna stay sober. Suit yourself, and we're gonna play some cards with him, I believe. So this is a little bit of change. So Hardrick is asking us, like, why is what is Melindra's up to, and with the episode that happened in the tent. He's not laughing at us this time because we did not have any interaction with her in that manner, but he's asking like how she's gonna fit in and whatnot, so it's hard to tell. I tell him as I place a card on the ground facing up as well. I've had a little discussion with her this morning, and she promised me that she will try to antagonize people less from now on, but a lot of harm has already been done. Kid at least doesn't seem to trust her at all. I'm not sure about the others, but I'm pretty clear from aside from Flower, nobody's really trying to be her friend. I know, Hardrick said, but that's why I tried to arrange that card game before we went to sleep. I was hoping that maybe if they all got to talk to each other more, that reach some sort of understanding. I haven't had any luck so far though. He then looks at the cards and he gets a confident grin and all that. Yeah, so the question is, did he place down a bad card or a good card? I don't know, how would you normally know this? But tell Hardrick to turn his card face up. Tell him to turn his card face up, so we're gonna do that. Master of Cards. I tell him. Hardrick grins and he then turns his card face up, but the card he placed down was one of the worst cards he could have had in this situation. Not only did he lose the round, but he did so in a spectacular fashion. I'm almost wondering if he wasn't just looking for an excuse to have another drink from his bottle. Nice call, Barry, Hardrick says. I almost thought I had you there for a second. And takes another sip from his ale bottle before shuffling the deck again and dealing us a new card. So anyway, Hardrick says, As we both start to place our cards on the ground, I was thinking that we could have a discussion with the others about Melinda. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to leave things like this. Yeah, sure. If we'll have another private conversation without Melinda, will just piss her off even more. I'm pretty clear today that she has been bothered by all those times when we were excluding her from conversation. We didn't trust her. No need for us to twist the knife and the wound even more. But how are we going to convince them to get along with Melinda otherwise, Hardrick says. I don't know, but it most certainly won't be through talking. Let's be serious here. If simply having a conversation would have been enough to get this whole situation fixed, we wouldn't have been where we are. If it's through her actions that Melinda needs to earn the team's trust, not through words, I doubt that anything you and I could say at this point would make much of a difference. So I finish talking, I take a look around the cards that I have on the ground, and I suddenly realize that the round was already over and that I had won by a fair margin. In fact, points I've gained in this round were enough for me to win the whole game. Well, I guess this is the first time for everything. Congratulations on winning a mid-zeg match for the first time, Barry, Hardrick says, as I can see the sun slowly rising behind him. Now that I think we should be taking a bit of break. Now, to greet a new guest properly, he'll be reaching us shortly. Right at this point, a little mage man, Darren's teacher, should be coming. I don't remember what I did last time here. This is where chapter 10, Noldrin is here, and I'm not sure what I did last time, but I'm gonna refuse Noldrin's offer to drink. I shouldn't be drinking in the middle of the day anyway, and it says in the plate walkthrough that I should not. So refuse Noldrin's offer. I'll pass but thanks for the offer, I say. I'll pass as well, Kate says. How about you, Hardrick? Noldrin says, you're not going to let this old man hold a toast by himself, are you? Well, I do still have this dwarven ale bottle in my hand, so yeah, sure, I'll join. Good, as he puts on second bottle. Yeah, they have a toast. So we're gonna invest points now, and we're gonna invest we're gonna put 2 points in premonition. Press premonition. 2 points in premonition and 1 point in ancient language. So we are maxing these out instead of toughness or reflexes. Reflexes is a really good one, but still, whatever. So we're gonna put 2 points in premonition and 1 point in ancient language. We are filled up on these. Confirm changes. So this is the point we're getting attacked again by the monsters. So we're gonna use and Noldrin is obviously joining us in this fight, so use crossbows to fight the orcs, it says. So I'm gonna do that, use the crossbows to fight the orcs. While we are talking, the orcs have split into 2 groups, which are forming a wall with their shields slowly advancing towards us from both sides. The orc captain from our last battle is nowhere to be seen. I'll take the ones on the left, Noldrin says as he heads towards the monster. There are 5 orcs on the left, Darren says while he starts following his old master into battle. I'm coming with you. Hardrick should be able to handle half of the warriors all by himself without much trouble. He then sees that Layla has remained behind, uncertain of what to do. Layla, you should go help Hardrick, Darren says. Master Noldrin and I should be able to handle ourselves against 5 orcs. Layla nods and she goes towards the orcs on the right along with Hardrick. I'll go find the mages, Kate says. No, wait, Darren says, we shouldn't risk splitting up. There might be traps waiting for us in the woods. We'll go together after we're done with the warriors. Understood, Kate says. Darren heads into battle. Where am I fighting? So I've already seen all this. I've already read all this. They're just fighting and they're like flanking and all that. Synchronization, old times and all that. Where am I shooting the crossbows? Combat technique check level 2 successful. Am I supposed to have the successful here? I don't know. It doesn't say that. Oh no, it does say that. Okay. He then runs full speed towards an orc. Yeah, we've already seen this. There's just stuff fighting going on. I decided it's time for me to join the battle as well, so I make crossbow at one of the orcs that Layla is fighting. It's a bit difficult to aim from this distance while the orc is moving, but luckily I've spent some points in my combat technique skill, so I could accurately predict how the monster would move. After a few seconds of watching him, the bolt from my crossbow hits the orc straight through the slit of his helmet, kills him instantly. As I look to see how the others are doing, I notice that the rest of the monsters are already dead, and my teammates are now assembling near the woods so we can go and fight the orc mages and their captain together. We sure made short work of these so-called elite warriors, didn't we? Noldrin says. Not yet, Darren says. There's still 5 mages. Let's just hurry. Darren suddenly gets interrupted by the sound of a loud horn, and I'm guessing they're retreating. Oh, not they're retreating. They're sending the big fucking mammoth thing, I believe, at this point. Okay.